2019, we will have this high performance environment that we're looking for. A lot of the time, when we think of a high performance structure or environment, we're looking for physical attributes. We're looking for a pitch, we're looking for a field, we're looking for a swimming pool or a gym or something. And those are all part of it. But the truth of the matter really is it's a state of mind. We really have to, you're talking about professionalism, okay? We really have to change our approach to how we approach the game. We've got to be professionals in what we do and how we do. Before rugby went professional in 1995, 95, somebody said 96. Sorry. Before rugby went professional in 1995, teams like England and the Springboks and the All Blacks were professional in their approach, in how they did their things. We just have to shape that, and that's what we're trying to do in creating that professional environment. The board has had discussions about how do we manage our plan heading into the Rugby World Cup for the Sevens next year. How do we manage our plan in terms of how do we qualify for the Olympics? I mean, for the what's the Olympics or Rugby World Cup 2019? The technical team also has to come up with a structure in terms of how they do their selection. And you expressed concern about just the same old people being chosen day in, day out. So there is need and there is thought and talk about developing, selecting a development squad of players to work with the older ones as well. So as the older ones drop off, they're replaced by the younger ones coming through. And that's a structure that has to be developed. We started a couple of years ago with, let's take the Simba 15 for example, with 2 international tests, right? Last year they increased, they were a little more. This year we have 6. Now what we want to look at as well is how do we develop or get fixtures for the lower level players as well, so that it's not just the national team that's playing, we also have a development side that's playing as well. We have our under-20s right now who would be going to Madagascar in April. But we've got to look for more fixtures for them to play as well, so that as they get more and more experience, they can also move into the national team when the national teamers drop off or don't merit selection anymore. But then there's that element of competition. One of the pages that we have here, the second page, you'll see we have a performance pathway. That's an idea that we have where everybody now has a step to move up going forward. And remember, this is building towards 2021. So it's not going to happen tomorrow, but it's within the structure. And to go with Newton's suggestion, we've got to put that timeline here as well. So it's very clear to everybody. We can see what we've achieved over a certain period of time. Okay? And then you talked about a marketing campaign. One of the bigger challenges we have as a union that we are working towards right now is how do we manage our PR? How do we manage our media? How do we manage that whole structure that works within the game? Because that's what builds attendance to matches. Sometimes we're our own worst enemy. We've got to protect ourselves against that. But as long as, we're trying to put a structure in place right now as I sit here and speak to manage that as well. So hopefully through this year, you'll see a change in how we approach the run-up to some of the big games that we have, whether it's the internationals or it's the 7th Circuit or it's the Safari Sevens. 2013, which you referred to, I believe sat on the back of one of the sponsors. So they poured all their resources into that. But the partners have changed a lot of their strategies right now. So now we have to work with them so that each one of us benefits from whatever media campaign that we have. And then you will see that positive change coming into it. Okay? I think I've answered all your questions. Yes, sir.